Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for April 21st, 2026. All right, government affairs directors and influence practitioners, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Quick note before we get in. The CR Freeze Shaping Window Review is still open this week. 8 seats. The terrain that triggered this week's session has not shifted. 65 of 96 agencies stalled under CR. If you've been watching these briefs and thinking about it, this week's board makes the case. Code CR6 Tab 5 holds a seat and the 30-day preview. Links in the description. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 157 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. 21 C-SPAN captures. And all of that is happening while market sees 28% shutdown risk, with 65 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. In this week's review, the opportunity flow is noteworthy, with 157 openings in the past 168 hours. Yet, the board's real narrative isn't just about sheer numbers. Our top postings, AMC, A&E, FPLA, Ruba, Gardening Services, and 29 ton Pipe, exhaust, signal diverse sectors, but lack clarity in financial stakes, indicating a mixed bag for influence practitioners. If you read this policy tape closely, the 28% BCL percentage suggests a limited bandwidth for competitive leads, which could create pockets of high engagement. The GPS ticker hints at a steady but cautious market rhythm. Despite a significant amount of stalled opportunities, about 65%, the raw volume still suggests potential if navigated smartly. Accessibility remains a challenge, not due to volume, but because of the compliance friction and potential protest risk embedded in these opportunities. Managers who read this tape know that success hinges not just on spotting these openings, but understanding the nuanced regulatory shifts that accompany them. What truly emerges from the terminal is a landscape where accessibility is dictated more by the policy environment than mere availability. This week, the challenge isn't finding the opportunities, it's about navigating through the compliance minefield and protest risks that accompany them. It's a testament to the fact that in government affairs, volume without strategy can often lead to a dead end. Turning to secondary signals, we notice a conspicuous absence of new court opinions, hiring initiatives, or lobbying clusters. This relative silence from traditional movers might initially suggest market stagnation. However, seasoned government affairs directors will recognize this as a potential indicator of underlying market mispricing. A lack of judicial activity might reduce immediate compliance friction, yet it also means fewer new precedents to navigate, leaving room for strategic positioning. The terrain holes are intriguing, suggesting gaps in regulatory oversight or agency focus. For influence practitioners, these holes represent strategic entry points, areas where influence could be exerted with minimal resistance due to fewer eyes watching. Without significant hiring spreads or lobbying activity, there's an opportunity to capitalize on niches that might otherwise be crowded with competitive noise. This combination of signals points to an opportunity for smart portfolio moves, particularly in sectors where regulatory attention has waned. The absence of lobbying clusters and hiring can also indicate sectors where influence has yet to be leveraged, or where traditional players also might be re-evaluating their positions. For those who monitor the board closely, this week is about finding those quiet corners where the market has yet to catch up with potential opportunities. The market for government affairs and influence professionals is currently characterized by high compliance friction and a significant risk of regulatory protest, presenting both challenges and opportunities for strategic positioning. Professionals should be asking, how can we navigate stalled agency opportunities to realign our priorities effectively? What measures can we take to mitigate the risks associated with regulatory and court signals? How do we best position ourselves to capitalize on potential lane changes without exposing ourselves to undue protest risks? The conviction remains that those who can adeptly balance policy velocity with strategic stakeholder positioning will be best poised to leverage emerging opportunities while minimizing exposure to compliance and protest-related setbacks. One more time on this, because the brief we just walked through is exactly the argument for it. The GPS terminal, same intelligence we just read, filtered to your book, running overnight. The CR Freeze Shaping Window Review is still open this week, 8 seats. The terrain that opened this session is still holding. Code CR65 at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. This week's window closes April 24th at midnight. 4.5 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from build to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow.